Hi, in this video I will help you to understand all the latest improvements and new technologies we bring in our new soundbars in 2022, and especially with the launch of C93 and X93. Audio quality is key area we look on soundbars, as we buy soundbars to improve the quality we get from our TV sets. There are four major soundbar segments right now available on the market. So basic soundbar standard 2.1 with two stereo channels and usually wireless subwoofer. Then we have first immersive sound soundbars starting from 212 and 312. So either three front channels and two up-firing channels or no central channel, and then wireless subwoofer. Then we have 512, so you see that we have three front channels. We have also side effect channels. We have up-firing channels going to the ceiling and wireless subwoofer. And the best, so through immersive dome experience, so then you have sound sources in front of you. You have also two wireless speakers behind you, which are in fact going up, going to you. So then we call it 714. It means that we have 7 channels this way, 4 channels coming from the top, and then one subwoofer channel. So you see also on this comparison that each soundbar is delivering a different feeling of the height and also wide sound stage. More speakers we have, then much better effects we get. But how to get the sound? So you know that we have Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos came from from cinema to home cinema. And then Dolby Atmos is usually created using this 128 sound objects or sound streams. And in cinema you have it with 20 to even 60 channels. So there is a specific processing unit which is converting this 128 to 60. And then with Blu-ray and OTT delivery we have a bit less channels, usually 714 space and 16 Atmos objects are used for it. And then for reproduction we either use, as I said, the speakers behind us and in front of us, or we use only speakers in front of us, and then advanced virtualization we will talk in a while. So there is also another format which is delivering immersive sound, which is DTS-X. DTS-X also comes from the cinema, has slightly different concept, is mainly based on audio locations and also 3D space. Use less channels for cinemas, is very popular for Blu-ray. In many cases UHD Blu-ray English first audio is always DTS, and then the second is in Atmos. And then reproduction is using a similar way as for Atmos, as either speakers behind and or virtualization. So then when we come to details and you ask what's the difference between Dolby and DTS, we can have it here. So Atmos is used everywhere, whereas DTS-X mostly on Blu-rays. Atmos is focused on spatialization, so have the sound and sound sources everywhere, and DTS is more focused on directivity. Then you see also in terms of channels, possible channels, Atmos is able to support much more channels, and then is able to support dynamic moving objects on Blu-rays and OTTs. In case of upmixing, so converting any 2.0 or no Atmos sound, so no immersive sound, both Dolby and DTS-X provide this kind of technologies. However, the difference which you hear many of you say that here the difference comes from the encoding, because different encoding technology is used. And then of course this is also the case of compression. More compressed content, which is forced by OTTs, is having less directivity. You ask about a lot of information about X93 and C93. So here we show you how it looks inside. So then we have this very large 36 liter subwoofer with 20 centimeters low frequency speaker and then bass reflex design. Later you will see how well it performs. Then we have soundbar where you see with 10 drivers with 3 dome tweeters, so for high frequencies. We have also angled speakers going to the ceiling, and then you see also the rear speakers. You will have front speaker and similar speaker going up. Technically, if we go deeper, you see that we have almost 3 different products inside. We have Dolby Surround Pad, which is doing all PCM and Dolby decoding and Atmos decoding. Then we have DTS Pad, which is doing DTS formats. And then we have DTS Play-Fi Pad, which is doing all the multi-room and streaming connectivity. And then we have speakers in the soundbar. We have also wireless speakers. Then this wireless speakers latency is counted in milliseconds, so really you don't hear it. There are 4 major working modes for the soundbar. So the most important one most of you will use is eARC. So for eARC, from eARC you can get all the content, all the immersive content from Dolby, from DTS, compressed, uncompressed, PCM, and then you can get it always in immersive audio format. Streaming is here using DTS Play-Fi module, which is providing 2.0 format. And then everything which comes in 2.0 we upmix to make it very spatial. And then HDMI in similar case like eARC, also all the modes like immersive and non-immersive, Atmos, DTS-X, and also PCM. And you can have here very good experience, and all other ways also supported like BT, like optical 5.1 USB, everything we can upmix. There are 5 sources for Atmos you can use today. So streaming, as I said, almost everything right now comes in Atmos, and there is more and more local content coming in streaming in Atmos. Then audio streaming from Tidal you can get also Atmos, but here you have to use TV Tidal application to get Atmos to the soundbar. Then Blu-ray discs must have Atmos. Game consoles can also use Atmos, and then it will be Atmos low latency because it will be done inside the console. And then broadcast also is moving towards Atmos. If we have so good sound sources, we have to properly post-process it. So then to do all the signal processing to hear it well and also be able to adapt it to your needs. First is dialogue clarity. Many of you wants to hear the dialogue well and doesn't want to hear a lot of this immersive effects. You have this functionality, you can adjust it. Bass adjustment is another important story. When you install your subwoofer in the corner or in the, for example, below stairs, so then it works as amplification, and then you have to go down to have the correct balance. Then we talk about upmixing. Here whatever comes is always upmixed to virtual 512 or 714 space according to the type of the soundbar, and then is then sent to speakers. And how this upmixing is realized with this number of speakers, we use virtualization. We simply know what is the distance between your left ear and right ear, and then how to send the signal to speakers that you have a feeling that it comes from different sources. Many of you ask about rating power we have on soundbars, and then what is peak music power. So if we have rating of almost 800 watts, it is just peak rating, but in reality it will be rather close to 70 something watts of RMS power, which is comparable to the rating which is provided for the TV set. Then we have music power, but both RMS and music power is just pure mathematical calculation coming from the current and from the voltage. but peak music power comes from the calculation, from the measurement, and then from SPL. Then, how important is subwoofer you see here? So on the left, soundbar without subwoofer. So below 100 Hz, you see you have very limited result. And then, because soundbar is unable with small speakers to reproduce low frequencies, because for it we need large speakers. Then with built-in subwoofer, you see that there is improvement, and then we can go down to 50 Hz. And then if we want to have really deep bass, 30 Hz and so on, so we need large subwoofer and very large speakers, and this is the difference. So why you need soundbar? You see here, for you, we compare the sound performance of soundbars and 3 TCL TV sets. So starting from C935, you see that there is no subwoofer on the back, so no lower frequencies. Speakers going to the down, so we have this kind of bell-shaped format because higher frequencies are not well propagated from speakers going to the down. That we have C83, still down firing, but with much better speakers and also subwoofer. Significant improvement on the lower frequencies. C93 you see almost flat response curve because we have front firing speakers and we have even larger subwoofer on the back. And then we come to soundbar, so you see that even better performance and really deep bass coming from the soundbar. Another area you use today soundbars are smart and multi-room functionality. So streaming is the first one. This new soundbars come with Play-Fi module. Play-Fi module is the streaming solution which is able to playback content coming from different sources. Then, thanks to Play-Fi, we also have Chromecast audio and can be part of Google Home ecosystem, and also Apple AirPlay functionality as part of HomeKit. Then another one is Spotify Connect, that you can control from Spotify loud volume of the product and have access to more settings and better sound performance. And then BT 5.3 is if you really like to use old-fashioned technologies from your mobile phone. Today you can also use AI Sonic Adaptation to adapt and then make your soundbar part of your home installation. So you use mobile phone application, and then mobile phone application is measuring sound response curve and then adapting the sound to your sitting place. TCL Home application also provides you access to all the settings you need for your soundbar. Visually, you can control settings. And then we have also this new remote control with display on the top where you can find the feature and then you can control soundbar. As we talk about streaming, so smart home is also the area where we play very well. TCL Home with Matter, which will come soon. You see all your devices at home. Google Home, you see it also as part of your Google Home setup. Alexa, you can control it from Alexa side, so works with Alexa. And you see it also as part of your HomeKit functionality.